From the Big Heavy World Studios in Burlington, Vermont, this is The Anything Show with John Francois. I hope you know what you're in for.
Oh, it's been such a dang long time since we've been at the Big Heavy World Studios. John Francois here with Andrew Vandertunt joining me on the phone from Rochester, New York. Of course, I'm from Burlington, Vermont. And Andrew joins us once again from the Lifestyle of a Gay Black Boy podcast. Hello, Andrew.
Hello. Happy to be back.
Yeah. All right. We have a great conversation. And I'm so happy to say that usually in the interviews, it's just me and the guest. But Andrew actually joined in on the conversation with one of our lovely sponsors, Guyel Garcia, who is known as the Cleats Chief. If you listened to the Anything Show last week, Cleats, they are these revolutionary sex socks. So we talked to the brain behind that. And Andrew, I think it was a riveting conversation, wasn't it?
Oh, me too. It thrust me into a world of opportunity.
Yes, stress the word thrust. Thrust for the lust. Oh, God. For our celebrity gossip, if we get to it, the baby from Nirvana's Nevermind album cover is going to court to sue. Let's get viral. We have old ladies who complain about toilet paper. We're going to try out a new segment, I believe, called Andrew's Adventures. Andrew tells us about the first time he tried mushrooms. And not only that, but Andrew, you're going to a rave tonight. So I feel like, should I worry that you're going to overdose?
I will be overdosing on joy and tons of water.
Oh, water is important. Yes, water is important. You need to stay cleansed in that body of yours. All right, for Ask Anything. Oh, we're finally here. We announced this month's winner of the $100 gift card and the Anything Show with John Francois shot glass and keychain. And for our headlines, OnlyFans initially said they were banning porn, and now they're taking back their decision and not banning porn on their website. So we'll talk more about that later on. Right now, you can listen, subscribe, follow, rate, review The Anything Show with John Francois on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. Follow us on Facebook.com/The Anything Show, Instagram @AnythingShowFrancois, and on YouTube under The Anything Show with John Francois. Shot glasses and keychains are available. $10 for a glass, $5 for the keychain. Send me a DM if you are interested. Andrew, shall we get to our headlines?
Let's do this.
Yay! All right, I love pizza. I think, Andrew, despite the fact that you're a vegan, you still love pizza, right?
Oh, pizza's heaven's food.
Yeah. And in worst case scenario, just get that lame vegan pizza, okay? All right, well, someone came up with a pizza index that ranks all 50 states according to how expensive the average cheese pizza is. The state of North Dakota has the cheapest pizza at $6.64, and you better stay away from Alaska because Alaska has pizza at $9.29. Andrew, you do know what this means, right?
Yes, I know exactly what this means.
We're going to go to North Dakota just for pizza, and then we're just going to leave.
I'm here for it. Let's just go get their pizza, tons of it, and leave the country.
Yeah, so we're going to get there, and then, of course, whoever controls the border at North Dakota, if there's such a thing, is going to be like, oh my God, whoa, you're like the first black people that we've seen. So once they get through that huddle, then they'll be like, all right, come try our cheap pizza.
I hope they're that welcoming to say, like, look, you're the first black people we've seen, and here's the cheese pizza, not a new.
Yes. Congratulations. Because you're the first black people that have settled in North Dakota, here's some cheap-ass pizza. Hope you enjoy yourself. I love it. All right. Hey, speaking of cheap-ass pizza, we all know that Domino's is cheap-ass pizza. And I say this because they're not sponsoring. If they were sponsoring, I would say they're beautiful pizza. A woman in England recently discovered a nut and bolt in her Domino's pizza. Looks like it was actually baked into the cheese. Of course, Domino's, when they heard about it, they gave her a refund. They say that this kind of thing is extremely rare. But I don't know, Andrew, knowing cheap pizzas like Domino's, are you really surprised that this woman found a nut and a bolt in her pizza?
No, I'm not surprised. With Domino's and how they make their pizza, I'm pretty sure that was just standard operating procedure.
It's like, all right, here's your cinnamon sticks and here's your nut and bolt. Enjoy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like, they give you a little motor oil to dip it in on the side. It's all good.
Yeah, a little bit of motor oil. Hey, here's some Windex for your cinnamon sticks. Enjoy. Oh my God. And you know what? I have a feeling that, with Domino's and the fact that their pizza is all fake and cardboard, maybe nuts and bolts is how they, keep their pizza together physically.
Yeah, it's the metal lovers pizza.
Yeah, exactly. So if you work with metal, Domino's is here for you. Alrighty. Hey, this 22-year-old guy in Italy, I got to shout out to him because on TikTok, he went viral because he got a QR code tattooed on his upper arm, Andrew, that links to his vaccine status. He tested it out at McDonald's and, of course, McDonald's, one of the many places right now that's requiring you to show a vaccine card to prove that you're not going to give everybody COVID. And it actually worked. And I don't know. What do you think about this idea, Andrew? Because I think great idea for now, but what happens when the pandemic is over? Is that tattoo still going to hold up?
Right. What is that tattoo still going to hold up? Will it still link to a vaccination card when we no longer need them? What's going to happen?
And you know what? I find it hilarious that you would like your tattoo linked to something else other than just for vaccines. What did you say you wanted your tattoo linked to, Andrew? If you had a QR code?
I want cute cat pictures or Sailor Moon. One of the two.
Now, why those two things? Are you just obsessed with cats and the anime Sailor Moon?
Yes, I love Sailor Moon so much. But if you could just scan a QR code on me and let's say I'm in the future and archaeologists find a piece of my skin, then all of a sudden they'll be blessed with cat pictures or Sailor Moon.
I love it. And you know what? I watched a little bit of Sailor Moon on Cartoon Network back in the day on the Toonami blog, where they showcase all the anime. So I know what you're talking about, Andrew. I do know that Sailor Moon is a decent show. So.
Oh yeah, very decent.
Hey, hey, Andrew. You're a beaming ball of positivity. So I feel like you'd be the perfect person to ask this question. A new poll did find that 80% of Americans think the summer of 2021 has sucked so far. Now, be honest, Andrew, has your summer sucked?
I don't think summer sucked. I think this has been a great summer.
Now, why is that?
Most of the places that I enjoy going to for the summer have been completely empty. So it's kind of nice to experience them in a more isolated spectrum. But then also, it's been great to see more things flourishing outdoors. I love outdoor stuff.
Yeah, I think you did camping for the first time this summer.
I did. I camped in a tent.
Yeah, and you tried mushrooms outdoors for the first time, which I think we're going to talk more about later on.
Yes, we'll talk about that hippie experience. It was fantastic.
Oh my God! You know what? It's weird. My summer was fine. I wouldn't say it was perfect and blah blah blah, but it was just fine. I think I did some fun, eventful things here and there. I would say overall, the summer broadly for the country and for maybe the world, the summer could have been a lot better if a lot more people got vaccinated. But here we are with the Delta variant changing things. So you'll have some people that are like, "Oh my God, my summer's been great," and then other people that's just like, "Nah, it sucks. There's still COVID."
Yeah, everybody's going to be on some side of the spectrum. There's so many different variants out now. I feel like I'm watching Pledge Week in college.
Yeah.
So this way, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to enjoy what I can.
Yeah, and speaking of speaking of all things Corona, Andrew, I don't know if you know, but a new study, not surprisingly, found that the most Googled beer in the world is Corona beer. Now, have you ever tried Corona beer, Andrew?
I have. I tried a sip of it when I was 9.
Wow. Well, first of all, why were you drinking before you were legally allowed to drink?
When you're one of those inquisitive kids who's just like, oh, there's a beer there. Let me try it and sneak and see what all the buzz is about. Oh, it was terrible.
And did, in fact, 9-year-old Andrew get a buzz from that sip of Corona beer?
Oh, no, I didn't get a buzz from the beer, but I did get one from the whooping I got from my grandmother.
Oh, I bet. Child, you only drink, wait about 12 years for you to drink that beer. I love it. You know what? It's very fitting that you say that Corona is not really a good beer because I feel like, obviously the virus is the only reason why people are looking up Corona. I also think there was a time early on in the pandemic where people thought that you get coronavirus partially from drinking Corona beer. So that might be why people are Googling it.
I'm very happy that people thought that, and the thing is, the sales of the beer have not gone down much, even though people were like, this could give me Corona. I'm going to drink it anyways.
Yeah. Well, the pandemic, according to a recent study, has not well, I mean, it's changed our daily habits in lots of ways. For women especially, a lot of women, Andrew, are not wearing makeup anymore because, they've been working from home so much and they don't feel the need to wear makeup. And I say, great, way to show off your natural beauty. That's wonderful. And I don't know if you've worn makeup, Andrew, but when I used to do like theater back in high school, I used to like have to wear makeup for certain characters. And my God, it felt like several pounds was on my face. So I don't know how women deal with that every day.
I can't even imagine. I've only put on makeup in small segments just to go out to parties and for fun. And I feel like I've got like mud on my face.
Yeah, it's insane. Well, we got to shout out to all our nurses, all the healthcare workers that are holding it down during this pandemic. In fact, Andrew, this next headline, the ICU at Salem Hospital in Oregon, they're completely full with patients who are unfortunately affected by the virus. So nurses, with all the frustration and stress that they're going through, they've actually set up a plate smashing booth at this ICU area in Oregon for stressed doctors and nurses to blow off a little steam. So, Andrew, if you're a nurse there, you can like literally go into a room, put on safety glasses, start shattering some dinner plates, and you could go and again as much as you want. So, I mean, don't you wish you had that at your workplace, Andrew? Because I think, you work with children, so you kind of know the frustration that comes with the everyday part of it.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I just wish I could walk in and just knock down a whole china cabinet.
Yeah. I really also want to, speaking of plate smashing, not only is it great to, get stress out of your system by plate smashing into walls, but no offense, I kind of want to smash plates onto these people that have tried the milk crate challenge on TikTok. Have you heard of this, Andrew?
I have, and it has provided me tons of laughter.
No. Okay. Yeah. Tons of laughter based on the stupidity of people, but also it's like, but people are seriously injuring themselves. Isn't that correct?
They are. They're seriously injuring themselves. Like, we don't have a pandemic going on around us, and like emergency rooms are already packed with people.
Yeah. Now, for those of us not familiar, not me, including me, Andrew, because I don't have a TikTok. Can you explain what the milk crate challenge is?
So the milk crate challenge is somebody decided to stack a bunch of little milk crates on top of each other in like a pyramid formation to walk across from one side to the other. And for some reason, everyone's decided to do it on hard concrete.
Yeah. And as a result, people are hurting themselves. And it's gotten to a point where TikTok is like, we don't want to have anything to do with this. So we're banning all milk crate challenge videos. But, it's ironic, Andrew, because these kind of challenges, that's what makes TikTok shine. Because I think TikTok is the same kind of platform that did like the Tide Pod challenge. And of course, I think you had many instances of people like dying from eating detergent.
Yes. I don't understand what these challenges are all about. I mean, do you remember the challenge they had when people were setting themselves on fire?
Oh, I thought people were doing that their entire lives. What was that challenge?
I don't even know what the challenge was called, but everybody was like setting their hands on fire with like rubbing alcohol and getting third-degree burns. And they're like, I can't believe I got burned.
Oh, my.
What?
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, I don't know. The things that people do to get attention online, it's insane. Because, it's like it's literally like 15 minutes of fame. You'll get viral, you'll get millions of views, and then by the next day, someone else will get all the attention with their millions of views for whatever stunt they did. So, I don't know. It's just something else. Hey,
I mean, if you're willing to sacrifice your spine for fame, I guess it'll work for you.
Yeah. Well, lastly, speaking of all things viralness, OnlyFans, of course, the website that, got its name and their fame from the fact that you could post a lot of pornographic content there. Not too long ago, they came out with the announcement that they were banning all pornographic material because I guess they want to get more investors. They want it to be more broadly appealing. And now, because OnlyFans realized that, hey, the reason why people go to OnlyFans is for pornographic reasons, now OnlyFans is like, oh, no, actually, we have the money that we need, so y'all can post porn again. Yeah.
You know what happened? They talked to the owners of Tumblr, and they were like, oh, so this is what happened when you got rid of porn?
Yeah, exactly. And Tumblr, does anybody even know about Tumblr anymore?
I don't know. Tumblr mentioning it to people is like mentioning the newspaper. They're like, the news what?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I think I was like listening to Elvis Duran's show on the way here to the Burlington studio, but they had me thinking. They were talking about the OnlyFans conversation and how, like, these days, I mean, you could eat fruit from your feet and make a lot of money on that. Like, people have like strange fetishes that you can make a lot of money out of.
They certainly do. They have those fetishes, like you said, eating fruit with your feet, smashing your face in some bread. People will pay millions to see it.
Yeah. So, Tony, if you're listening, get your feet ready. We're going to get to eating. All right, here we go. That is your headline segment. If you have a headline that you want to send to us, Facebook.com/The Anything Show. Instagram is also where you can reach us at Anything Show Francois. That's at Anything Show FRANCOIS. John Francois here with Andrew Vandertunt. Stay tuned later on. We're going to be having a great conversation with Guyel Garcia, the chief of Cleats. They are these revolutionary sex socks made for more traction for the action, more thrust for the lust. So you definitely want to stay tuned to that. He's one of our lovely sponsors right here on The Anything Show. In the meantime, Andrew, we finally come to the end of the month. Time to announce our August winner of the $100 gift card and the shot glass and keychain. Are you ready for Ask Anything?
Yes.
Here we go. Alrighty, all this month we've been asking you, what is your favorite simple pleasure? You've given us answers by the dozens on Facebook.com/The Anything Show, on Instagram at Anything Show Francois, and even on our Anything Show with Jean Francois YouTube page. So many great responses that came throughout the last minute for people who are telling us what their simple pleasure is for that $100 gift card and the shot glass and keychain. Let's see. Playing a game and being so immersed in it and suddenly realizing that it is the next morning is my favorite simple pleasure. Alexis says, yeah, I know. Alexis says she likes to read a book until early hours of the morning. Mix-Up says he likes to jam out to just one more song in the car before walking into work. Danielle says she likes to wake up at 6, catch a beautiful sunrise in the mountains, sip on some hot Indian tea, and just enjoy the beauty of nature. Marcos says he likes to play football with friends. Ricky likes to pet his dog while drinking his morning coffee. Bunny likes to drink a cold beer. Ariel Light, a cold beer as well. Maney likes to drink hot coffee while listening to a love song. Ooh, that puts me in the mood, Maney. Yes. Mrs. E simply says her simple pleasure is fries. Yeah, you can't beat that salt and potatoes, Andrew.
You can't. Oh, when they're golden delicious.
All right, Charlene says she enjoys eating chocolate ice cream even though it's unhealthy and fatty. But you know what? It's her simple pleasure. She doesn't care what you think. Julian says he likes to walk with his family. Asher likes to drink hot chocolate, have a warm blanket, listen to some jazz music while there's rain pouring down outside. My God, that's like textbook relaxing.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for all your simple pleasures that you gave us on Facebook.com/The Anything Show, on our Anything Show with Jean Francois YouTube channel, and on Instagram at Anything Show Francois. Now, Andrew, I think we've come to the moment of truth. Are you ready to announce our winner?
I'm ready.
All right. Do you have the doc in front of you?
I do have the doc right up in front of me.
Now, do you see the highlighted portion where it says the winner?
Scroll back up.
Yeah. It's highlighted. It's below. It says announce winner, like star. Don't say the name and town because we want to make it a surprise.
Hang on, I'm scrolling. I don't have to.
You got it. Uh-oh.
Don't hate me.
No, you're good. You're good.
Here we go. I've got it right here.
Oh, you got the name and you got the state.
Yes, got the name and state.
All right, let's do a drum roll. Take your time, Andrew. Take your time.
It's Christopher from Iowa.
Oh, my God. Say that one more time.
Christopher from Iowa.
Christopher from Iowa, congratulations. You have won yourself a $100 gift card and an Anything Show with Jean Francois shot glass and keychain. Yes, Christopher from Iowa. I forgot what your response was, but you know what? You were one of the many people that told us what your favorite simple pleasure is. Christopher, ASAP, we're going to send you that $100 and an Anything Show with Jon Francois shot glass and keychain. Thanks so much for playing. And I think our next chance to give away money and merch is going to come in the month of September. So stay tuned for that right here on the Anything Show. How did that feel to just give away money and merch, Andrew?
It feels so awesome. I feel like we're doing something to change the world.
Yeah, move away, Oprah. This is like real philanthropy right here.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't know.
She just doesn't know. Oh, my God. All right, let's see. Andrew, we're going to get into your adventures taking mushrooms for the first time in our new segment called Andrew's Adventures, right after this word from Endgame Content right here on The Anything Show. Support for The Anything Show with Jon Francois coming from Endgame Content. All right, I got to be honest. These guys are just freaking idiots. They are 4 idiots who just talk about a lot of things that they think they know about. And yeah, okay, they talk about gaming-related stuff for the most part. But if you want to learn other things like spoons or how to properly eat Thai food into your ears, I'm sure they know something about that too. Hey, the Endgame Content guys also do Dungeons and Dragons. So if you're a big fan of that, tune into their Dungeon and Dragon episodes along with their regular podcast episodes uploaded bi-weekly. So there's something fresh each week. Check out the Endgame Content live stream on Twitch, and of course, check out Endgame Content wherever you get podcasts. Oh, Andrew, I got some music for you, man. This is your time to shine. Andrew's Adventures. This is a segment we're going to try out on the Anything Show because Andrew seems like he's trying new things all the time, and it looks like for the first time not too long ago, you took the mushrooms and not the food. I think you took the actual drug.
Yes, I did take the mushrooms, and they were a trip.
Now, tell me from beginning to end how you got to the mushrooms, how you found out about it, what it was like during it. Just tell me everything.
So, a group of friends of mine, we decided to look for places to vacation for the summer. And we wanted to do something very different, very hippie-dippy, very one with nature, like, oh, I'm going to go hug a tree today. So one of my friends found this great resort that we could go out to that was up in the woods. It was up in Angelica, New York. And we brought mushrooms. They had mushrooms there as well at the retreat. And it was all about creating a safe space for you to go on this mind trip with mushrooms.
Oh, my God. And tell me, afterwards, how did you feel? Would you try it again?
So I would definitely try it again. I would if I could do the same experience of being in the woods, being away from a huge city environment, and being just one with nature. When we first took the mushrooms, first warning to everybody, they smell like sweaty gym socks and they taste like dirt.
Oh.
There was no deliciousness.
Oh, my
behind
God.
The taste of mushrooms.
I was hoping the mushrooms would taste like wonderful strawberries, but no, it just smells like sweaty gym socks and tastes like what?
And dirt. It tastes just like dirt.
Wow. All right.
And I've eaten some dirt in my life.
You do. Don't we all? Don't we all? Well, you know what, Andrew? I look forward to your next mushroom story, and let me know if there's any other drug that you take for the first time. I know you're going to a rave tonight, Saturday, August 28th, as we record this, so let me know if you end up taking, like, meth or something.
Well, hopefully it won't be meth. I think that's a little harsh to be just right. I'm just tapping my foot into the water right now.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
But if it's anything like mushrooms, I laugh for 14 hours straight, so I will definitely do it again.
Whoa. Like, don't you, hurt your laughing muscles when you do that?
Oh, when I woke up in the morning, it felt like I had the best, ab workout in the world because literally, John, the word brown made me die laughing on the ground, screaming and crying laughing.
Oh, my God. Well, whatever you're taking, I want to take it, too. Maybe I'll try some mushrooms in my near future. But don't you have to be in a good mood? You can't be anxious. You can't be in a really nervous mood. Don't you have to be clear-headed to take them if you don't want a bad trip?
Yes, that was one of the things that people let us know there, that if you are in a bad mood, if you're here with somebody you would argue with, do not take them. You want to be in a good, positive state.
All right. Well, there you go. That's our new segment called Andrew's Adventures.
Yay!
Yes! Yeah, this music makes me want to take mushrooms and drink and dance all night long.
Me too. I'm kind of rocking my hips here. I'm ready to cut off a rug.
There you go. There you go. Cut off a rug. What do you mean? Do you mean cut off pubic hair? What do you mean by cut off a rug?
If anybody's willing to donate their pubic hair, I will take it. But
yeah, send it to Andrew, P.O. Box 225, Rochester, New York.
Put it in the Ziploc bag, please, and then I will take it.
Make sure clean all traces of COVID from your pubic hair. So,
a little Lysol, spray them before you send them.
There you go. Make sure it smells like strawberries too. So, I love it. I love it. All right. Well, you know what? I love it, Andrew. Keep on having those adventures. And now let's get to our viral videos of the week. Okay. We start off with an oral health expert on TikTok. That's literally all I have on my document. I don't know why I just put that there, but I'm sure if we listen to it, I will remember why I just put down an oral health expert on TikTok. Maybe something about brushing your teeth.
Did you know you shouldn't brush your teeth after breakfast? Always before. There's 2 reasons for this. When you eat breakfast, your mouth becomes acidic. So what you're doing when you brush your teeth after breakfast is brushing the acid into the tooth, and this wears away the enamel. And brushing before breakfast protects your teeth from anything you're going to eat.
Yeah. Okay. So you should not brush your teeth after breakfast. Andrew, have you been doing that?
I brush my teeth before and after breakfast, but
wow.
I'm a little weary of her. She sounds like the type of person who would brush her teeth and then drink orange juice and smile.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. What are you saying? She's like white trash or something? I don't even know what you're saying.
Not that, but I don't know about her taste level. If you've ever eaten your teeth right before eating breakfast doesn't taste good.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know, man. You know, because I work like afternoons and evenings, like my thing is kind of weird. So I will still get up in the morning and I'll eat breakfast if I'm hungry. But since I don't have work till the afternoon, I don't brush my teeth until usually shortly before I take a shower and get ready for work. So my thing is I'll eat breakfast and then like several hours will go by until the afternoon and then I'll brush my teeth as I'm getting ready for work. So I don't know is acid still building up in that time period? I don't know.
I want to know. I wonder. Yeah. I think you'll be fine.
I think so. I think this lady is just talking haberdashery. She's talking pish posh. So, yeah.
The word haberdashery I love.
Yeah. I say it in the wrong context every time, but just like the sound, the sound of haberdashery just tickles my stomach. Oh, man. Hey, 2 old women, Andrew. If there's anything that turns me on, it's listening to 2 old women sitting on a porch complaining about the lack of toilet paper they were given on a recent vacation. And in this video, I believe they get way too specific about how much toilet paper it takes to wipe properly.
What y'all talking about?
Toilet paper.
What about it?
Your mama said that we had toilet paper because she didn't have but 1 roll. Well, all we got's a little round cylinder. You might get 3 wipes out of it.
Thing about it is when people go in there and use the bathroom, when they wipe,
yeah,
you don't do like this. You do like this. I mean, my gosh, that's enough toilet paper to wipe 4 big fat asses. They must smear hockey all over their buttocks, you reckon? Up their buttholes. My gosh.
You know, I want these women to be my grandma so badly. They just don't give a crap. They're just like, wow, you need enough toilet paper to wipe 4 big asses. Wow.
I love them so much.
Oh, that's so great. That's so great. I mean, you know, we men, we get a lot of flack over, talking filthy. But sometimes, you get to a certain age, whether you're a man or a woman, you're just like, no, let's just talk about how there's never enough toilet paper in the world. I don't care. I love it.
I love it so much. That's the kind of conversation I need when I go on a vacation.
Yeah. All right. Have you ever heard of the famous Abu the flute maker, Andrew?
No.
Well, apparently he's known for playing a saxophone made from PVC pipes. He is a Baltimore legend who usually makes musical instruments out of found objects. So listen to his PVC pipe-made saxophone, and you might not even be able to tell that it's not like a real saxophone. Yeah. So I know, right? I mean, you would think that it's like just a regular saxophone, and the guy maybe still needs some work playing his regular saxophone talently. But no, I mean, he made a saxophone out of PVC pipes, and it sounds pretty close to the real thing.
That is pretty awesome. I'm going to look him up.
Yeah. Now, of course, TikTok pranks, they're all over the place. And the latest one, kids are pranking their parents by having them sit in on their fake video applications for college scholarships and then claiming that their parents' life was a lot harder than it really was. So it's this girl and her mom, and the mom is quite pleasantly surprised by what this girl has to say about her mom's past in the TikTok video.
Hi, my name is Angelique White, and this is my mom.
Hi, I'm Deborah White.
And I wanted to say that she is my biggest inspiration. And I know the question prompt was, why is this person your biggest inspiration? And it's my mom because, we've been through a lot in life, and I've watched her overcome a lot of hardships. And when she was younger, she actually was a prostitute.
I didn't expect that one.
And I could really use this $30,000.
Yeah. So obviously, Andrew, the mom wasn't a prostitute, but yeah, I mean, and you know what? Shockingly, she finds it funny. I mean, my mom, as Christian as she is, she'd be like, no, you turn that off right now. Come on now. But
my mom would have thrown a whole shoe at me.
Exactly. Iraq style. Remember when that Iraqi threw the shoe at George Bush when he was president?
So you remember that he threw the shoe like that, except the shoe would have looped around like a boomerang and hit me again.
You're right. Yeah, so lovely pranks that kids are pulling on their parents. Keep them coming, TikTok. Keep them coming.
I'm loving seeing them.
I know. So this is, speaking of moms and kids and whatnot, this next video, this mom got a surprise when she did the stranger danger test with her daughter, and the girl just got the answer to the stranger danger test wrong.
Come here, I want to ask you something. Listen. If a stranger comes up to you and says, "Hey, little girl, do you want some candy?" What would you say?
Thank you.
No, you don't say thank you, because that person giving you the candy might murder you, little girl. My God.
She was so polite. She could turn that person's anger to kill her into like happiness.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like about kids, is that they're so innocent that they think like, oh, nobody has an agenda in this world. Everybody's out to be kind to each other. So if somebody gives me a piece of candy, that means they just like me and they just want to see me enjoy that piece of candy. So yeah, it's unfortunate when kids grow up and understand the hard realities that maybe that same guy giving you candy wants to rob you of all your money. So.
Mm-hmm. Exactly that.
All right, hey Andrew, I think last week on the show we, not even last week, I think 2 weeks ago we had someone who did like really bad yodeling, and now yodeling is coming back to haunt us. So we have a guy who's known for lightning fast yodeling. Let's see if you can keep up with him. Yeah. Wow.
Ooh.
What the hell did he say?
I don't even know. Was he even speaking? I'm like, this is a great sound.
Yeah. What are you saying? Cheese, bacon, soap, sponge? What are you saying in that language of yours?
He just brainwashed us. That was a brainwashing spell.
Oh, yeah. He just knocked me out like Bill Cosby would do. I don't know. Is that an awful joke to make, Andrew? I think that's an awful joke to make. Oh, God. On that note, that is Let's Get Viral, y'all, on the Anything Show, y'all. And if y'all have a viral video of the week that you want to share with us, Facebook.com/The Anything Show and Instagram @AnythingShowFrancois. You know, the great thing about doing live radio, Andrew, is that English language is just barely there. Like, you're making up stuff on the spot, so often you find yourself not saying words that make sense, you know?
Exactly. 100%, I get it.
Hey, coming up later on the show, me and Andrew will be speaking to Guyel Garcia, also known as the Cleats chief. He is a guy that made some revolutionary sex socks, made to give you more traction for the action, more thrust for the lust. So stay tuned for that conversation. Me and Andrew loved talking to him. He is one of our lovely sponsors right here on The Anything Show. All right, Andrew, while I pull up the celebrity gossip theme music, because I totally forgot to pull it up, can you just tell us what your favorite thing about sex is?
My favorite thing about sex is, when there's friction and your partner feels it and you do too, but all you can do is laugh and work through it.
Awesome. That was a great way to kill time. Let's do it. Oh, God. All right. Going from Andrew's dirty sex fetishes to celebrity gossip. Oh, my God. What a transition. All righty. So I don't know if you know, Andrew, but a couple weekends ago, not a couple weekends ago, last weekend, as we're taping this on the 28th of August, New York City had this big homecoming concert outdoors in Central Park. Did you catch a little bit of that on TV?
I did. I got to see a little bit of it. It looked really fun.
Yeah, until they just canceled it because of rain. Did you catch that live on CNN?
I did, how it got canceled, and if I was those people, I would have been so disappointed. I would have cried.
Yeah, I mean, you had people like Patti Smith, Elvis Costello, Bruce Springsteen, Paul Simon, who never got to perform. I remember seeing a little bit of the concert with my family when they were staying up at a cabin they were staying up at a cabin in Newark, Vermont. You know, me and my girlfriend and my family were all together. I saw some of that concert on TV, and then a split second I turn away, and then I turn back to the TV, and all of a sudden the breaking news, like, oh my God, the concert canceled, rain, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? My God. Mm-hmm. All right, but hey, this is actually the announcer breaking in at the concert to tell us when the concert is canceled. And thank God it was during a Barry Manilow song.
No, I can't smile without you.
Attention. Please pay close attention to the following safety message. Due to approaching severe weather, all persons should move quickly and calmly to the nearest exit and proceed to your vehicles and protected areas outside of the event site. Please seek shelter for your safety. Thank you for your cooperation.
Sounds like a very apocalyptic announcement, like one of those apocalyptic announcements that you would see in like a horror movie, Andrew.
Oh, yeah, I was waiting for the purge horn to start.
Exactly. But thank God they interrupted Barry Manilow because, it's Barry Manilow.
I love that the Barry Manilow song did not stop at the beginning of the emergency announcement.
Yeah, because
like, you're not cutting me off.
Well, yeah, and also I think the guy is so old that he has no idea what is going on around him. And from what I know, I think he was singing, I think he was in the middle of the song, I Made It Through the Rain, when this whole thing was happening. So how ironic was that?
That is ironically hilarious. I love that.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, are you familiar with the lovely rapper Sweetie?
I love Sweetie.
I love her too. She has her own McDonald's meal, and I guess she's given us merchandise along with her own McDonald's meal. So apparently, if you go to McDonald's and get the Sweetie meal, you may also get T-shirts, hoodies, tote bags, fanny packs, trucker hats, and socks. My question is, are they going to fit that all into a tiny McDonald's bag, or are they going to give that separately? Like, I'm trying to figure out how it works to go to a McDonald's drive-through window and be like, all right, here's, your bag of Big Mac and fries. And oh yeah, here's a big trucker hack and socks and fanny packs to go along with it.
If it doesn't come in a McDonald's bag, I don't want it.
If it doesn't, well, that's true. That's true. That would be kind of a letdown if they gave like a bland plastic bag for the merchandise, right?
Yeah, I would be so upset. Like, wait, I came to McDonald's to specifically pull this T-shirt out of one of your bags.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that develops as time goes by. All righty, Andrew, you familiar with the cover of the Nevermind album from Nirvana? Are you familiar with Nirvana and their music and such?
Yes, I am. The creepy baby.
The creepy baby. Now, why is the baby so creepy? Because if I remember correctly, I think the baby is like floating like down in the ocean as if he's drowning, and he's naked, and he has like a $1 bill. And I mean, so what's creepy about that baby?
That whole concept there, I want to know what kind of party this baby was having the night before. It had dollars, and it was in the ocean.
That baby made it rain, baby. But yeah, no, that kid is about my age right now. That kid is 30 years old because, he was a baby in 1991. I was a baby in 1991. And now he is suing Nirvana, or what's left of it, because that band broke up a while ago. The photographer, the record labels, they're all being sued because the kid is calling his claim to fame child pornography. Yeah, I don't know. It's strange. I mean, I wonder why he's waiting till now, because like it's been 30 years since that album came out, and I think I saw like an excerpt, Andrew, from an interview he did back in 2008 where he was just like, oh yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of surreal and kind of cool that I as a baby was featured on a legendary album cover. And then I read somewhere else, maybe on NPR, that he was like coming to terms with his fame based on that. And now, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. It's weird because I don't want to, make it seem like I'm, making light of such a serious charge as child pornography. But I wonder if this kid is like now an adult. I wonder if he's like falling on hard times and just needed some money and was just like, oh, hey, here's a way to make some money. Let me just say that the picture that I was in 30 years ago is child pornography. I don't know. What do you think, Andrew?
I'm on the same lines with you. It just seems so weird that this is the moment now you decide to say, hey, this is child pornography, when I would not have been able to make out the anatomy or shape of that child at all based on the album cover.
Yeah.
From what I remember, the baby's mostly in shadow.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. Well,
if I'm remembering the right album cover, I mean, unless he's that recognizable, where people are like, "Oh, you're the Nirvana baby."
Well, the album cover that I saw when I was reading the NPR article, the baby seemed pretty visible. I mean, he was like, there was a slight shadow, but there was, the ocean was like a dark blue, but it wasn't like so blue enough where you couldn't see him. Like I could see the baby fairly enough.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see how time goes by and what happens with this whole case. But hey, let's get to Monica Lewinsky, shall we? Oh God. I kind of feel bad for her because forever. And you know what? This is kind of her own doing right now because she is one of the producers of this new series called Impeachment. Now, it's from the same people that gave us The People versus OJ. I don't know if you saw that miniseries, Andrew, because I thought
I loved it.
Oh, it was phenomenal. Cuba Gooding Jr., David Schwimmer, everybody was just great. So it's coming from those same people. So I know that this series is going to be good. And ironically, Monica Lewinsky, who I thought for a while wanted to disassociate herself from being the woman known for giving a BJ to the president. But now she's one of the producers, and she wants this story to look as authentic as possible. So she's demanding that the scene where she flashes her thong to Bill Clinton be kept. She's like, you know what? No, I'm not going to get a pass because I'm a producer on this. Tell the actual story. Oh, my God. I really want to know. I mean, the more I hear about this Lewinsky, Bill Clinton stuff, the more I want to dig deep into it, even though it's 23 years old by now. My God, how did the president have time? You're running the world, you're running the country. Like, how the heck do you have time for all this?
It's amazing how that whole story unfolded. I have followed that story religiously. I listened to podcasts and everything about it, done my own research. I'm happy that she's finally going to be making money herself from this, as opposed to everybody else around her making money.
Yeah, she's using it to her own benefit, because I remember she was talking about how shortly after the scandal, like, she literally couldn't find work anywhere because, you know, she was known as, you know, Monica Lewinsky. And I guess she got to a certain point where she made peace with that saga, that time in her life. And and now she's like, well, you know what? Might as well make a living. Might as well use it to my benefit. So there you go.
I just remember back then everybody was flipping out. They're like, oh, this is so scandalous. And then our previous president was getting peed on.
Yes, the golden shower. Donald Trump, the golden shower. Oh, God. And we may have more of those golden showers if he succeeds in the 2024 election. So we'll see what happens there. Alrighty, the singer Lorde, who I happen to have a crush on. Lorde said she stopped using her social media accounts because, quote, I felt like my brain wasn't working very well anymore, end quote. But you know what, Andrew? She did keep one account, the New York Times cooking app. How about that?
Ooh.
Yeah, because when you think about it, cooking is a very important practical skill to know every single day. So you got to keep the essentials.
True, you got to keep the essentials and make sure you know how to survive out here.
Yep, out here in these streets. And speaking of which, the Food Network, oh my God. So they're trying to cash in on like this whole Hallmark Christmas movie craze. So the Food Network is actually making their first scripted holiday movie. It'll premiere on Discovery Plus in November, which is ironic. Why not have it be on the Food Network? And it's going to be called Candy Coated Christmas. Yeah.
Oh. What?
I know. So if you want a holiday movie that'll really pack on some pounds, I feel like this is going to be the one, Andrew.
This sounds like you will go into a diabetic coma after Christmas.
And I can't wait for it. I'm here for it, you know? Diabetes for the win. God. Hey, shouts out to my man Steve Harvey. He is one of the hardest working men in show business, but I think this one he might be a little bit overboard. I guess Steve Harvey has a head big enough where he thinks that he could be the next Judge Judy, because now, Andrew, on top of Family Feud and his radio show and Little Big Shots and the Miss America pageant, all these things that he's doing, Steve Harvey is going to get his own courtroom show where he'll, I guess, give his comical but also realistic take on real disputes. So, I don't know. What do you think about that? Would you like to see Steve Harvey in a judge's outfit?
So when I read this, I was like, Steve Harvey as a judge. Don't you have to go to school or be voted to become a judge?
Exactly.
But I'm like, so how is this going to work out? But I can't lie. I am excited to see Steve Harvey in a robe.
Yeah, that mustache with the robe. Oh, Lord help me.
It gets me tingling.
What's that?
It just gets me tingling all inside.
I guess so. Yeah, if there's anybody that defines sex symbol, it's definitely Steve Harvey and his mustache. Yeah, no, you're right, Andrew. Usually the judges, like Judge Judy, Judge Joe Brown, I mean, they have experience in judging, which is what makes them, you know, sort of look qualified to do these judging shows. But at the same time, I mean, these judging shows is not so much about the experience. It's about that reality TV flair of causing drama. And if there's anything we know about Steve Harvey is that he's gotten to be, you know, this sort of like, you know, holier than thou advice maker. Like he wrote that book, you know, Think Like a Woman, Act Like a Man or something like that. And I feel like he's in a place in his life where he could be like, hey, I've gone through some struggles and let me, you know, teach you how to do things based on what I went through, blah, blah, blah. So I
just hope. Okay.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just saying, I just hope that when he reads the verdict, he points to a board and says, survey says.
Ah, yes. Oh, God, that would be so great. You know, because you know what? You're promoting the courtroom show and you're also promoting Family Feud. So it also works out. So it always works out. Alrighty. Lastly, you remember the whole Jeff Bezos going into space with his penis rocket, Andrew?
Yes, I do remember. His rocket was quite erect.
Oh, yes. And now you can get a toy replica of this same penis rocket. It actually flies. It is up for pre-orders right now. And of course, you know, phallic jokes are all over the place. You'll have responses online from people who are like, oh, my sister has one of these in her drawer. And yeah, I guess if you think about it, it probably does come off like a dildo or a vibrator. Most importantly to that guy, why do you want to point out that your sister has a sex toy? Why do you even want to know that your sister has a sex toy? That's a little bit icky.
Right, that is a very specific area to focus on.
Yeah, you could have been like, oh, my wife has one of those, or my, well, not my daughter, my wife, my girlfriend, but my sister, that's just, I don't know, that's just kind of like, ugh.
Right, ooh, poor sister.
Poor sister indeed, poor sister indeed. All righty, well, that's our celebrity gossip on The Anything Show. If you have a piece of gossip you want to give us, Facebook.com/The Anything Show. You can also hit us up on Instagram at Anything Show Francois. That's at Anything Show FRANCOIS. John Francois here with Andrew Vandertunt. And now, after we hear a word from our sponsors, we are going to get into a conversation with Guyel Garcia, the chief of the Clap Cleats. The Clap Cleats chief. Clap Cleats are revolutionary sex socks. If you have no confidence in the bedroom, if you want to bring your A game back there, you have got to listen to this conversation. Right now, clapcleats.com, you can get 10% off if you use the discount code anythingshow. So that is something that you want to take advantage of. I know Andrew already took advantage of. He was just like, oh my God, John, I'm going to have quite a weekend with these Clap Cleats.
Oh, that'll be my new adventure.
Mm-hmm. So after this word from Commodore Express and Sheila Mack, we'll be hearing a conversation that me and Andrew recorded earlier this week with Guyel Garcia, the Clap Cleats chief, right here on The Anything Show. Andrew, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great time at the rave tonight. And once again, do not overdose on meth.
I will not overdose on meth, but I'll overdose on smiles.
Oh, this is why I love you. You just have a great way to turn things around positively. All righty, Andrew, we switched from live us to pre-recorded us. You ready?
All ready.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you soon.
Yep.
Attention Nashville, Tennessee area drivers. Commodore Express, Central Tennessee's premier refrigerated transportation provider, is actively hiring CDLA team drivers with minimum 2 years experience. They have been in business since 1995 and provide a solid, stable, stress-free work environment. Their teams run to California and back weekly, average 4,500 miles per week out and back operation. Time off is flexible, they offer full benefits, and pay is dependent on experience. You can visit their website, www.commodorexpress.net, to learn more, request an online application, or feel free to call Robert in recruiting at 615-287-5140 extension 1 to discuss your future.
Have you lost your job? Have you lost a loved one? Are you exhausted caring for your parents, for your kids? Well, you can find immediate relief when you read Sheila Mack's new #1 bestseller, Bootstraps and Bra Straps. It contains the Boots formula to move from rock bottom back into action in any situation, especially right now. If life has knocked you down, pick yourself up with Bootstraps and Bra Straps. Get your copy at www.sheilamack.com today.
Hey everybody, John Francois here on The Anything Show. Of course, I'm here with my co-host Andrew Vandertunt from the Lifestyle of a Gay Black Boy podcast. And joining us on the Zoom meeting here is Guyel, the Clap Cleats chief, who is a wonderful partner right here on The Anything Show. Hey Guyel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Like I said to you in the beginning, once I was reading, and because, we like to look for sponsors here on The Anything Show. So once I saw Guyel's sponsorship campaign for the Clap Cleats, which are these revolutionary sex socks, I was like, wow. We talk about, how often do we talk about sex on the show, Andrew?
All the time. Yeah.
That's good.
It really should be called the Sex Show, not the Anything Show anymore, because it's... But yeah, we talk about it all the time, and we talk about it very funly. So the fact that we got a sex sock product as one of our sponsors is just right up our alley. So Guyel, I appreciate your time.
Sure, no problem. I really appreciate being on here. And when I listened to your podcast before we actually, worked up a deal, just hearing your voice and your energy and just hearing the way you guys speak about stuff, it was awesome. I said, yeah, let's do this.
Nice. So let's start from the beginning. Break down what clap cleats are.
Okay, so clap cleats are revolutionary socks. They're actually, we already have a trademark, the original sex socks. And so basically what they're designed to do is to give you more traction for the action, more thrust for the lust. They are 5-digit, 5-finger socks. So you have secure fit. And the whole point is sometimes when you're in the middle of, clapping cheeks, you want to make sure you want to make sure that you give it, all you got, give as much effort as possible. And I realized that you don't have as much traction as you really think, whether you're on hardwood floors or whether you're in the bed sheets in certain positions. And what started off as a joke with a friend at the gym, because I'm gonna be honest, I was coming out of a relationship. So I had to get back to what's called my date weight, right? So everyone knows about getting back to your date weight. So I was getting back to my date weight and I was at the gym. And I was able to do a lot of strong movements with my legs in particular, really driving, especially with hip thrust. I was actually, doing 500-pound hip thrusts. And so we were just joking around at the gym, like, man, it's good to be able to drive so you can bring it into the bedroom. And I was like, yeah, but it's too bad I can't wear my sneakers in the bedroom to give me more traction. And then it just, from there on.
Oh my goodness. Now, I'm a dumb guy. You got to tell me what traction means. When you say more traction in the bedroom, what do you mean by that?
So literally, I mean more grip, because right now we have a special polymer design on the bottom of the soles and on the toes. So when you're actually, whether you're on a fitted bed sheet on the bed or whether you're on the hardwood floors, you can literally have so much more leverage when you're in the middle of, being intimate with your partner, when you really want to drive home the idea that, you are giving them all you got. So that's pretty much where the traction for the action comes from.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Andrew, thoughts, questions?
Yeah. So I love the whole concept and idea. I mean, I'm obsessed with socks. I'm obsessed with sex. So combine those two words, we're just great. The socks, when you're wearing them in bed, how are they when it comes to like silk sheets or anything? Is there any recommendation to not use with them?
So I really like that question. So the key is, and I've been mentioning it, on the fitted sheet, the one that goes, that has the elastic part that goes around the edges of the bed, when you're on that sheet, it's going to work really well. Whether it's, on silk, it could be maybe a little bit less traction, but from my experience, because I've had to do product testing and I've had friends who did product testing, and then we've had customers saying it works. So it doesn't seem like that's much of an issue. But what is an issue is if you're on multiple bed sheets, the ones that aren't fitted to the mattress, then yeah, because of the actual grip that it has on the bed sheet, it's going to move it out of the way. But once you get to the fitted bed sheet that's holding onto the mattress, you can, really go to town.
Oh my God. So, is it safe to say that this is like Viagra for your feet?
You know what? Yeah, not only is it safe to say, I might add that, if you don't mind, in one of my blogs on my website.
Ooh, wow. All righty. So how does one know that like these certain materials within the socks are going to be great for sex? Like, did you go into like some kind of deep research into what produces sexual experience?
I wouldn't say deep research, but what I do know is that what's trending in clothing is not just cotton anymore, but bamboo. So there are clothings out there that has bamboo because it's lighter. It's good at, it's wicking away sweat essentially. And so it's, it's just lighter, more porous than regular cotton socks. So, but in addition to that, we wanted to make sure that the material was a snug fit. So we didn't just want it to be like a little boot that you might see at a hospital that has some little rubbers underneath. That's why we made, after doing product testing, we realized it needed to be individual toes so that when you put your feet in them, the sock doesn't go slipping around on the edges. If you tried regular, socks that have grippies on them, they would roll off of the sole of your foot, and now you've lost your traction. So now you've lost your rhythm and you've lost your, thrusting.
Yeah. So to speak. Have you had anybody approach you sort of like shamefully, like, please don't tell anybody, but I need something to help me out in the bedroom? Like, like you kind of say in your ad, Guyel, the Cleats chief. we have no problem, getting sneakers for like a sport that we want to improve on. But when it comes to something like sex, it's hard to say out loud that I need a little bit of assistance.
So, no, it didn't happen because other people were saying it. It happened to me because I was going back on the dating scene and I really wanted to leave an impression, right? Make a statement, as some people like to say. And then I noticed I was slipping, right? And I said, when I'm at the gym doing hip thrusts with 500 pounds, or doing other activities at the gym, my feet aren't slipping anywhere. I'm not wearing socks. I'm literally wearing grips at the bottom of my feet to make sure that I'm giving the force that I need to. So that's pretty much where that came from. But then when I brought it up to some friends, at first they were like, I don't really know if I need that or not. But then after they embarrassingly did have to admit the last time they were intimate with somebody, and they would say, hey, I just got involved with somebody last night. And you were right. I noticed that I was always readjusting my feet, and so sometimes it would like kind of mess up the rhythm or mess up the flow of what was going on. So then that's when they were like, hey, let me try a pair. And I was like, yeah, sure. We're still in the prototype phase here. Try a prototype. And then that's when we started getting the feedback that it really worked, that holy cow, I didn't know I needed this, because, all right, this is a weird example, but let's just say in football, when football first started in the US, there was no grill in the front. It was just a leather thing that went over the head. And then they realized, oh, we need a little bit more, or we need a little bit more here, right? So same thing with our feet. Maybe we've never thought, hey, we need a little bit extra to help perform better. But then when someone addresses something like this to you and you say, sure, I'll try it out, you're like, oh, okay, whoa, this really does work. I didn't know I needed this. So that's where we are right now, letting people know, hey, this might really work for you.
Andrew?
I can't wait to try these out. There's going to be so much great times with them. Now, I love the ankle sock design. Are you going to be having some crew or even near thigh-high designs?
So thigh-high designs is definitely in the works. We're thinking about putting it right by the thigh-high, the knee area of where the thigh goes, and then also on the heel and the sole. But yeah, we think that that's our next one that we're currently discussing with manufacturing. So yeah.
Wait, do you mean there's going to be grips on the knees?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need those.
Yeah, Andrew's going to be your greatest customer. I love it.
That's great. No, great. Mm-hmm.
Can you wear these socks as like a fashion statement outside of sexual experiences, or are they designed to only be comfortable during sex?
So we are initially doing it for the function. This has a legitimate function that really works, but we also want it to be something that's going into like a style concept, like limited drops or limited editions. You know how sneakers have Air Force Ones, Air Force Twos, right?
Yeah.
So this is the original Clap Cleat 1. We're already in productions, for later on for a Clap Cleat 2 that has a different design at the bottom. So we're always trying to improve it. And we want it to be more of a fashion thing as well. We're going to have more than white and black, obviously, but we just wanted to get the ball rolling and, just start making the sales with the basic colors that people would be comfortable with. So because if let's just say you go on a date, right? And you're wearing these. Somebody asked me, was concerned, wouldn't your partner be like, hey, why are you wearing 5-toed socks?
Yeah.
Right? And so my response was, I was concerned about that too. But when I did my field testing, along with some other friends, no one ever mentioned it because it's almost like, hey, all right, I'm looking at their foot. So subconsciously, you're like, oh, it's just their foot with their 5 toes. You don't really think, hey, wait, something's wrong there. So, I had them on in my shoes before I took off my shoes at, my partner's living room to get, down and dirty. I just kept the socks on, but they never noticed at any point in time there was grips at the bottom. And they didn't think twice that I had 5-digit socks. And it's just because I think subconsciously you just see, oh, it's just someone's foot, whatever.
Yeah. Now, when you say field testing, what does that mean? Do you just like creepily like take notes as you're watching your friends having sex with the socks on?
No. My personal field testing. Yes, I would get their feedback when they would use it. I said, hey, did anyone say to you?
Oh, I think I lost you there. Are you still
Why
there?
are you wearing 5-digit socks? You know? So,
is he glitching on your end, Andrew?
How about now?
Yeah.
How about now?
Well, your audio is a little bit better, but okay. So now your video's kind of back.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. So I think me and Andrew are both good on our end. So sorry, backtrack a little bit.
Sure. So, what were we discussing? Field testing. Field testing.
Yeah.
So, so I did my own field testing, and the partners I was with never realized or bothered to say, hey, why are you wearing 5-digit socks? And so when I was doing the prototypes and I gave them to some friends, they said the same thing. Nobody thought anything of it. So that's the function part of this product. But yeah, we want to eventually get it into styles. You know, we are going to get a holiday edition. We're getting the green and red ones for, for Christmas. We're doing the Valentine one, which would be like a red and pink. We're still not sure if it's going to be red and pink, red and white, or purple and white. But so we do want to make it more than just functionality. We want it to be part of the design. We want to do limited drops. So that's where we are.
Awesome.
Andrew, say something, because I have like a big emergency warning thing back of me. I work at a radio station, Guyel, so now we're having like emergency alerts on the air. So I apologize. Okay. Anything else to say?
Well, now these holiday editions that are going to be coming out, will they be coming in like a partner pair set and a box of chocolates to hand it to my partner and say, hey, try these out?
That's a great idea. I never thought about adding a little chocolate, but due to perishability, to be honest, with the chocolates but maybe we could do something like that. But we definitely want to, like, whenever you buy, like online right now, you get a pair of white socks and black socks. So I think we want to do the same thing with the holiday edition. It'll just be a pair. I mean, not a pair, one pair, two pair, so.
Yeah. What I loved when you like described these clap cleats, Guyel, the quote, optimal performance should not come from your waist, but from your legs, really stuck with me. Can you kind of break that down and really call out the people that are having sex from their waist?
Well, the thing is, you can still have very good sex from your waist, and going back and forth. Of course, that's how we've been doing it like that for a while. But I was thinking about how if we did evolve, right, from other animals, and if you look at every other animal on the planet, they have calluses on their feet, they have nails or claws, so they're really digging in when they're doing their business. But we're no longer digging in. So I started thinking about that, and then I started applying it to sports because I played plenty of sports. I still play sports, and it's true that in every sport, if you're trying to play it legitimately, competitively, you're going to have some type of cleat. You're going to have some type of sneaker, right? You don't wear basketball sneakers to a soccer match if you're trying to be serious about, scoring a goal on the grass, right? You're going to wear soccer cleats that have cleats at the bottom. On a football field, the same thing. On a baseball field, the same thing. So even in golf, you have cleats. It's the same thing. You want to make sure you have a secure grip. And the reason why is because most of your power in all sports that require large movements comes from your feet. It comes, from the force that you put onto the ground is reciprocated into whatever action you're doing. So that's why, you're going to use your waist. You should always be using your hips, when you're performing. But when you can incorporate your feet, when you can incorporate your legs and all those exercises you did at the gym to get stronger, why not take that opportunity to do it? And why not really have a chance to emphasize that, you want to hit a home run?
Yeah. So when me and my girlfriend got together, I'm going to say a little over a year ago, and we started having sex on a regular basis, it was a very quick reminder. as to how I don't go to the gym, because you realize that sex is like, there's a lot of like, physical working out of your body when you do it. So I guess my question to you is it going to be a much easier path, these socks? Will it be much easier for people who do like regular exercise as opposed to people who, I don't know, sit for several hours a day and don't really move their body?
No, if anything, I think it helps people who don't go to the gym as much, who haven't kept up with their endurance. Because, there's times when, you're in the middle of having sex and you're having a good pace and a rhythm, and your partner is about to climax, and all of a sudden you start tiring out, and you don't want to tire out because they're almost there, right? I mean, come on, right? You know what I'm talking about. So that's when, and your abs get tired and you're really starting to burn out. But what if you could switch and start using your feet more, start driving with your legs more, as opposed to just with your hips, right? As opposed to just with your waist. Now you've increased your energy reserve, right? From going from just the energy that's being used in your torso to more of your calves, more of your quads, or more of your hamstrings. And so again, with the field work, I know it worked, and my friends agreed it worked, that the switch of energy going from more of your calves, more of your legs and your quads, as opposed to just thrusting with your hips and your glutes and your abs, it really helped. So if anything, I actually think that this is better transition for someone who isn't going to the gym as regularly.
Yeah. Now, again, kind of making a comparison to Viagra, like is the clap pleats, is it one of those things where you put it on and maybe you have to like wait like 30 or 60 minutes for it to take effect? Or is it just you put it on immediately and you kind of, feel the groove?
So I really like that question. I'll tell you why. Because this does nothing to you chemically, right? This is clothing, so it doesn't do anything internally chemically, but it gives you a sense of confidence. And believe me when I tell you, the moment you put them on and you start walking on the floor, or even if you try to test them before you even go out with your partner, if you go on a bed, you'll see the difference instantly, and it will build your confidence, and so there is some chemical changes that go on in your brain when you have more confidence, right? So yes, once you put them on, you feel more confident, and then, you perform better when you feel more confident. You feel like you have more control, more security of what's going on around you. So I would like to mention that because it's 5 finger toes, right? There is a strategy to put it on. So actually, when someone buys the pair and it comes to their house, there's a little QR code that they can scan. And then I start telling them, hey, thanks for buying a pair of clap cleats. Just so you know, these are 5-digit toes, which take a little bit longer than a regular sock to put on. But just so you know, you put the big toe in first, the second big toe, then the pinky, and then these two will just go in by themselves. If I don't give that instruction, the feedback I've gotten from people who have tried this, they said, oh, it takes a little bit longer than I thought to put them on. And that's when I did some research on how to do it the best or the quickest way. And I said, you know what, if I put a little QR code, people nowadays, most people should know what a QR code is because of restaurants, because of what happened recently. So I think that that really helps. So that is the little caveat, is you got to give yourself a little bit more time to put them on, or put them on before you put on your sneakers or whatever, your shoes or your dress shoes, or, so. But yeah, as far as making you feel like you have Viagra, in some instances, I guess you kind of do, because you have confidence. You have the confidence to know that you're about to drive with some force that you haven't used before, because you've only been using your hips and your car and your abs. Right now, you get to drive with more of your hamstrings, your quads, and your calves, and you feel the difference.
Andrew, we're about to wrap up. Any final thoughts, questions, anything remaining that you have left to say to Guyel?
Yes. When I get my clap pleats, I am going head first to try them out immediately. So through your field research, have you found, or has anybody reported to you, any particular positions that just seem even better with them on?
Yes. So in particular, when you're on the couch, right? When your partner's on the couch and you're off of the couch, confidence through the roof. You really feel like you're putting all your power into it. Trust me when I tell you. So on the couch, when you're off the couch and your partner's on the couch, you feel significant improvements. You're going to be very impressed. Another really good one which I guess comes with a little warning, is when you're on the bed, right? And you're on the bottom, but you want to do the work because your partner on top is either getting tired or, you're just on the bottom.
Yeah.
You can now put a lot of force into it. Because before, think about this. If you just had bare feet or if you had socks, your feet aren't doing anything when you're laying on your back. So you're kind of like just like a fish. You're almost like moving like a fish to try to really get that, to really drive, right?
Right.
But with the cleats, with the clap cleats, you can put your feet flat on the sheet, on the fitted sheet of the bed, and you will instantly start being able to drive that person up super high, right? And because we're talking about it, I did have one person who said they drove the person up so high that they came off of them. And when they came back down, it kind of was like, oh, you almost hurt me, Yeah, so maybe, I don't know. I mean, should there be a warning? I don't know. And speaking of warning, what's so funny is I had a friend and they've had a couple knee injuries, right, in their lifetime, right? Again, because, we played sports. They said, when I put these on, they felt so secure on the floor. I almost was like scared for my knee that they were like, that's how good the grip is when you put it on a hardwood floor. So, So as far as the two positions that really stand out are, like I said, when you're at the bottom on the bed, you really feel the difference. And also, when someone's on, whether it's on top of a table, a kitchen countertop, or on a couch, and you're behind them, or your feet are flat on the floor, you're really gonna be able to give a difference. So.
Oh man. Anything else, Andrew?
That's it for me. I just can't wait to try these out. I'm gonna send you field research just so you have it.
All right, Guyel, give us the important details. How can we find clap cleats? How can we purchase them?
Okay, so you can find clap cleats at www.clapcleats.com, and discount code anythingshow, so you get 10% off. We also are going to do different types of giveaways, but we really encourage people to sign up to our newsletter, because if you sign up to our newsletter, you qualify for a giveaway as well. So somebody that we pick from all the people that are going into the newsletter will get a pair of clap cleats for free. So also, we would love it if you go onto our YouTube channel, which is Clap Cleats Chief. If you go on Instagram, it's Clap Cleats. And if you go on TikTok, it's Clap Cleats Chief as well. So you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and on the website, clapcleats.com.
Nice. So once again, clapcleats.com. Use the discount code anythingshow to get 10% off those revolutionary sex socks. I can't wait to use them. Andrew certainly can't wait to use them. I know that for a fact.
Andrew, please give us all the feedback possible, whether it's through the social media or whether through its email. We would love to hear anything you have to say.
Yeah,
you definitely will.
Okay, great.
Yeah, Andrew, you're gonna have to give me like a book report after you use the clap cleats. I'm so curious to hear what your response is gonna be to it.
Oh, what are you doing this weekend? I'm throwing it back with my clap cleats.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Clap some cheeks with clap cleats.
There you go. All right, Guyel, the Clap Cleats Chief, thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it.
No, thank you so much. I really appreciated this opportunity.
Listen to The Anything Show with John Francois on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. How does John know how to set up podcasts? Is he that? No, he can't be that smart. Follow on Facebook at The Anything Show and on Instagram at Anything Show Francois. Did you get all that?